when is the best time to talk to teachers about recommendation letters? That is an excellent question. And one of the biggest mistakes that students can make is to wait until the very last minute to ask their professors, their teachers, their coaches, whoever it is that they're asking for for a letter of recommendation. It is usually in your best interest to ask as early as possible, and you have to work backwards from the deadline of the application. So let's say that you're applying to a very early action deadline. So the early action deadline of October 15th, you do not want to wait until October 14th to ask your teacher, your professor, or whoever it is for a recommendation letter. I would advise, as a rule of thumb, to try to give them as close to 2 weeks as possible to write that letter. So at the beginning of October, that would have been a great time to ask them. If you have deadlines coming up, maybe January 1st, January 15th, then I would advise you to work backwards, and at the very latest, tell them 2 weeks in advance, unless like a very last minute type of decision. It is just courteous to ask them with time so that they don't have to rush, and it is also in your best interest because you do not want them to write a rushed recommendation letter that may not necessarily give them the opportunity to really talk about what makes you unique or why you're such a great applicant. All right, so 2 weeks should be a good rule of thumb, but the earlier the better. All right.